Yo, what is up, guys? So, guys, have a lovely day so far. So, back on F122, as you can see, doing another multiplayer video this time around. Not in open lobbies this time around, doing something a little bit different. Doing some, I'll say a friendly, fun competition in these good drivers and average drivers in there as well, not just open lobbies. So, the first race is at Japan. So, got a really good, okay start. Managed to get into P3 straight away, into turn 1. Got a contact from the Red Bull, but I didn't feel I hit anything. Maybe a tiny touch or something, I don't know. So yeah, so got into P3 nicely. So all I have to do is survive on these curves and then see how I go from there. So just trying to follow the leaders and then through the first snap, through the middle sector now, and see how we go from there. Coming towards the hairpin, making sure I get it right. Luckily I did. The exit was okay. Using a bit of EOS here. Didn't use it in. I did use it a little bit at the start, but didn't use it in the first sector. Of course, I needed. No point really. Coming through the spoon corner right now. Still in P3, but I used a little bit of EOS, and then I decided to turn it off because I want to save it for the end of that, because if I just use it all, it'll be gone by 2 laps. So we've got 2 guys right behind me are very quick, so I thought there's no point having a battle with these 2. I thought if I let these 2 through, including my teammate as well, I thought if I let them through, then at least we don't have to worry about losing time and all that, and making mistakes and all that. But I thought I'd let them through and then make it a bit easier. First warning, but it's okay. But still got 2 warnings remaining. A little bit out of shape there, but I was just avoiding the curves because they catch you out sometimes around this track. Same as Sandford, and I think there's some other tracks as well. They do catch you out sometimes. So yeah, just trying to be careful on these curves, so that's why I backed out. It's best to back out instead of keep going, because you catch out a little bit. So I lost about a second, but luckily it's fine, but we're already on lap 2, so it's not bad. Just trying to stay calm and keep going and see how I go from here. So come towards spoon curve again for the second time. I am 2 seconds off the car ahead, but one guy has a 2-second penalty, so might have a chance there maybe to get podium, maybe from there. So onto this back straight, coming towards the R30R, 130R I meant to say, coming towards the chicane at the end of the lap. Let's get it nice and tidy, get a good exit onto the main straight with EOS. Doing the personal best right now. Not the fastest lap, but Danny's got the fastest lap at the moment, so he's very quick in his lobby. Same as Walcott and other good drivers in there, so including Kingmans as well. He's very quick. He's struggled in this race, so that's why he's not in the top 5. And McLaren's made a mistake, as you saw there 5 seconds ago. So he was second, and then he made a mistake on the curves. So that's what happens if you go on the curves. It's okay on some of the curves, like this one I'd gone past. The hairpin I'm up to right now, I did turn a little bit too early, but it's not too bad at the same time. And then Walcott's right behind me. He made a mistake here. So I thought, did I close the door on him? But it turns out he didn't. So luckily it wasn't my fault. So I can continue. So yeah, he made a mistake there at the hairpin. On the exit of the hairpin. So now I can just push a little bit. So we're in the top 5 right now. Into P4. So kind of okay at this point. At the end of lap 3. I am going green on this lap, so doing my personal best. Just trying to save my EOS as much as I can. I use it a little bit on the exit of this turn, the spoon curve, and sometimes at the exit of the hairpin as well. Just use it a little bit of the EOS just to give me a little bit of boost and all that. Right, we're on that 4 now. Coming through the first sector again. Best part of the layout on this track through the first sector. So, and also Japan is the next race on the calendar, so I'm looking forward to racing around Japan again. It's been what, 3 years since last time we raced in Japan because of COVID. So luckily it's not there now. I'm not sure it's still there, but we had to do like vaccines and boosters and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I have been vaccines and boostings a year ago, and boosted. I haven't had a booster since December. So after the championship in Warrington, in karting wise, so I mean that's the last time I had a booster vaccine. That was about 10 months ago now since last time I had a booster, but it's fine. Yeah, so it looks like I've got another booster coming, so I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I have to wait and see. So I might be resting that day, but if I am resting that day, it's fine. So anyway, we're on the last lap now. It's coming to the end at 4. So Danny is catching fast, so he's nearly gained a second there on that lap. Managed to do a personal best though, so he's still got the fastest lap, and the first 3 are miles gone, but I can still see them in the distance when I come towards turn 3. You can still see them up the head, but I'm not that quick. But I'm quick sometimes, but I'm kind of average as well. So yeah, so Danny's right behind me, but by the end of the race, on that 5, at the end of chicane, Danny did call me up by 5 tenths, but it's enough to get P3 on the road, because one guy had a penalty, and I managed to get to P3 for a podium spot. So I'll take a P3 all day at Japan, so I would have finished 4th if that did happen, but luckily I finished on the podium. So yeah, so that was Japan, the first race of the day. So I'm doing 2 races today, one at Monza, that's the next race I'm doing right now, and the other one is at Zandvoort in Netherlands. So stay tuned for that, because the last race was kind of interesting, so stay tuned for that. So the next race is at Monza in Italy. It's a wet race this time, so I haven't done a wet race in a while, since Imola really. I think that's the last time I did a wet race. So yeah, so I thought, let's give it a go. I had put a little bit of downforce on for this one, because I need downforce, it's not because of corners, but it's wet at the same time. Trying to be careful at the first chicane, but luckily I managed to get through there nicely, and Danny just straight through the pit, the off-road. So yeah, he got the drive through there, so I think he got disqualified after that, but that's quite funny at the same time. So yeah, so into P8 right now. Well, make that P7, because Danny got DNF or something in that race, but that's fine by me. And then the other McLaren's gone off, so that puts me to P6 on the road. So yeah, so not a bad start at Monza. So I feels like I got too much downforce when I was in this race, because this Ferrari VFR Viper just went past me on the straight like a train. So I thought, okay, I think I've got too much downforce on, because I normally have less than what I was running. So because I had a little bit more higher, because it was raining, and I thought higher downforce would be better, but it turns out that was a mistake. I should have gone a little bit less, or a little bit less. This guy went wide, then he still got the speed down the straight, so maybe that was a mistake in that race. I thought too much downforce, but it's fine. If it was a dry race, I would have it where it was, a little bit lower than that. So yeah, I was doing P7. The leaders are not that far away, and the top 3 is just right in front of me. So this is very interesting to come. Yeah, I'm just trying to be careful. I mean, wet's always tricky sometimes. So yeah, just trying to be careful through. It feels like the middle sector is where I normally gain time. I normally gain time through the corners, like the first, like this turn here, and then the next turn, also the Scarlet Chicane as well, and also the Parapolis, and also the last turn sometimes as well at turn 11 onto the main straight. Yeah, I'm using a bit of ERS, but I should have gone a little bit less downforce, but oh well, it's fine. So I'll just try to do the best I can without getting validated or track limits or whatever. Make sure I don't get a warning or something like that. Make sure I don't get a free 2-second penalty. Luckily I didn't in the first race. I already had a warning and that was it, so it was fine. So at the end of lap 2, still right on the tail of them, but still getting good exit on the corner. And then one guy made a mistake, and that was Kingsman in the Mercedes, so another fast driver. He made a mistake there, so that puts me into P6. So I'll take that all day. We've got M1 righty as well. He's at the back of the field. Walcott, I think, is right behind him as well. And then we've got Hashtag as well right in front of me. So in the Red Bull, he's very, very quick as well. Yeah, well, I saw Pfeiffer was very quick, and I wasn't expecting. So he's got the fastest lap at the moment in this race. I know he's got less downforce than me, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, just trying to survive at this stage. Trying to get through the field. No, actually not through the field. I was just trying to get to the end, really. That's what I was trying to do. And then got Neno right behind us, but lucky it wasn't me. Using a bit of ERS down this towards turn 8 onto this third straight. Still doing my personal best, so putting it through there nicely. Trying to be careful a little bit. And then coming towards the last corner, right now, just trying to be careful on the power right now. And then this guy in the AlphaTauri made a mistake at the last corner, so that puts me into P5. So I managed to get a purple last sector, so I wasn't expecting when I saw it. So trying to be careful once again on that 4. That's not bad through there. Still in the top 5, so I'm actually quite pleased with that in the wet. I mean, you got Viper who's very quick, Hashtag's very quick. I think the other two are very quick as well. I think one of the guy I do know, and the other one is quite different, but it's fine. Just make sure I don't hit the curbs, because it's an areas, because you bounce off into the gravel if you do hit it. Through the middle sector, a little bit out of shape, but luckily I managed to hold on. Yeah, so I was feeling good. I was feeling okay in this race. Just trying to get to the end. Try to stay in the top 5, and then hopefully the top 4. Hopefully get penalties and all that. But it turns out they didn't. So a little bit annoying, but it's okay. But I mean, track minutes were on. It is restricted, but they're just too good. So then I was. I should have a little bit less downforce, so then it would have been alright. The Hashtag went slowly through there, a little bit of mistake there. So I managed to caught him up a little bit on the last snap of the race. Coming towards chicane, I was too far back to get the move, so I thought I'd just follow him. The leaders are still there, so I'm not actually that far behind. So I thought, okay, I might have the chance for a podium here if two of them make a mistake or something. Well, I was trying to use the wet line, trying to get into the wet tyres and all that. Trying to follow the wet line just to trying to cool the tyres down a little bit or something. I don't know. That's what they're doing in real life. So yeah, so still in P5. Just trying to keep calm, try and get a good exit as much as I can, because straights are the exit is kind of important. If I had less downforce, I would have been right behind hashtag, or maybe P4, maybe if I had less downforce or something. I don't know. So in the end, I finished P5 on the road at Monza. Yeah, I'd say not too bad in the wet. I haven't done the wet one in a while since Imola, when I came second in that one. Wasn't too bad. I think some of the guys were struggling behind, but luckily I wasn't. Oh, I found it alright in the wet, so I found it okay. Not too bad. So yeah, I was quite pleased at Monza in the wet, so I don't mind that. So I'll take that all day. P5, second race of the day. So yeah, not too bad. So for this one. So yeah, so that's the results for Monza, or Italy, or Monza 2, well, where it's called. So yeah, so on to the final race now. It's at Zandvoort in Netherlands. The final race of the day, race 3, final race of the day. Right now, starting P2 on the grid. So yeah, so I'm gonna try get in. Well, I'm gonna try to do the best I can. 5 nights are out, and away we go at Zandvoort. Got an okay start, but he got a little bit launched there. So I cover the inside, so I managed to do it really well. So I'm just trying to follow the leader through turn 2 and 3, because there's no point overtaking him there. So I decided to get a good exit, trying to stay away from the others. So he's going a little bit offensive. Decided to go around the outside, but he decided to, well, try to stay behind him there. And then he nearly made a mistake there. I decided to go for the move here in the middle sector. Luckily, I managed to get into the lead of this race. So all I have to do now is try to clear away from the rest of the field, to make sure he's not in my DRS zone. I am pulling away a few temps through the middle sector. So yeah, a couple temps now, coming towards this bank turn. I mean, it's very nice, so I don't mind the bank turn actually. So yeah, I mean, 2021 was hilarious when I went through there. I just couldn't go flat out through there. I was worried I'm going to make mistakes there, but luckily on this year's game, it's not too bad like it was in 2020. So I'm fine with that. So Walcott went up to second, and then the leader made a mistake. Well, the whole man made a mistake, so he's left the session. So I guess he made a mistake on the curb maybe. So I mean, at least I gave him space anyway, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so Walcott and Kingsman in the Mercedes. So apologies if I getting the name wrong, including Walcott as well. Those two right behind me are very quick. We've got this 5th place guy who's very quick, and then 4th is kind of quick, but not quite the same level as those 3. So I am the second behind Walcott, ahead, I meant to say, after the end of lap 2. I've still got 6% of BOS, so I was just trying to save it as much as I was trying to save as much as I can till about the main straight and the middle and another straight where the DRS is. So I'm trying to turn off a bit earlier, so I don't want to waste it. Got the fast up in the race, but it turns out those guys behind me are very quick. They've got the fastest laps, including Mr. Righty as well, and Daddy as well, right down the field. So yeah, all I have to do is keep it nice and calm and avoid these curves as much as I can. See how I go from there. When I was doing this race, I was feeling a bit nervous because I was worried I'm going to get catch out, and I was worried I wasn't going to win it, because I haven't won it since Japan, really, since last time I won it on the bid mode. I think Japan was the last time I won a race. That was about a month ago, I think, when I did 8 races in one day, when I did 4 on the first one, 4 on the last one. I did it on the last one, and I managed to did Japan again, and I won it from Miss Cyclo. He's not in this vid mode, or the next one, I think. I made another 2 races similar to this, but that'll be a few days time or something like that. So I only did 2 or maybe 2 or 3. I'm not sure. So if you would check that out, like check out my channel and then make sure you're updated. So Danny's got the fastest nap. Then this guy's got the fastest nap as well. So nothing I can do there. So all I have to do is survive really. So Walcott is catching me by 3/10 a nap. Last time he was a second, and now he's 3/10. And then also the third place guy's right behind him as well. So all I have to do is trying to survive really. And I was nervous. I was feeling worried and I wasn't going to win it, and I was feeling nervous I'm going to make a mistake or something, but luckily I'm not making mistakes so far, so far so good. So we're on the end of that 4 now, coming towards this 3rd sector, the right and the left hander. So he's definitely in my DRS zone, and he's also in his DRS as well. I was trying to avoid as much as I can, make sure I don't get a warning. Luckily I haven't got any warnings so far, so that's good news for me. So I ran out of ERS already by the end of the last lap. So I was kind of low on ERS because I was using it a bit on the exit of on the banking there. And then Walcott, I think he made a mistake there. I remember he told me that he made a mistake in the first turn, I think. And then the Mercedes guy jumped to P2. So that's a bit I'm worried about. So we're in the middle sector now. Just get it through here nice and tidy. Luckily that's absolutely fine. Just making sure I don't hit this curb on this turn right now. Make sure I don't catch out. Luckily I didn't. Now this is where he's right behind me. He's got DRS. I went offensive a little bit in the middle. He went round the outside, but luckily he backed out and managed to hold on for now. And now we're on to this final turn. Can I hold on to win it? So I started to use all my ERS on the banking. I started to go defensive right now, and it turns out I won the race. So I was quite happy after that. So I was quite pleased. So yeah, so I was so happy I won that. So yeah, so it's been a while since I won. So I was quite pleased with the result. I'm pleased how it went, really. And also Walcott came 3rd, and this guy, sorry for getting the name wrong, Kingsman, can't remember his name, sorry for getting the name wrong. He managed to get P2, and yeah, top 3 there, so that was very nice. We shared the podium in this one. So yeah, so that was 3 races for this one for today. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also turn notifications as well so you don't miss the next video. So just hit the bell or something like that so you don't miss the other videos and all like that. So yeah, so that was good. There is another 2 videos I'm doing, so for this one, same lobby in the other time, but that'll definitely on there soon. And I'll see you guys next time. See you guys around for more F1 22, and hope you guys have a nice day, and see you later.